Hi guys, this is O-level chemistry, paper 12, June 2019, question 21. Why is ethanoic acid described as a weak acid? It is an organic acid? No, organic acid is not a requirement for being a weak acid. Carbonic acid is also weak. Carbonic acid is not an organic acid. It is carbon dioxide dissolved in water. So this is incorrect. It is a poor conductor of electricity. No, a weak acid will also have ions. So it is not necessary that it is a poor conductor of electricity. So this is incorrect as well. It is only slightly dissociated in water. Yes, that is the definition of a weak acid. A weak acid is only partially dissociated in solution, or in this case, slightly dissociated in water. So this is correct. It reacts only with very reactive metals. It will react with metals that are more reactive than hydrogen. So this makes option C the correct option for this question. Question 22. What is the best method to prepare a sample of silver chloride? So, silver chloride is an insoluble salt. So, option A says add silver nitrate to chlorine. No, chlorine is a gas. Silver nitrate is a liquid. B. Add silver to hydrochloric acid. Silver is less reactive than hydrogen. It will not react with hydrochloric acid. Burn silver in chlorine. Burning silver in chlorine will not produce silver chloride easily. Mix aqueous solutions of silver nitrate and sodium chloride. Yes, the most common way of producing silver chloride is by mixing silver nitrate with sodium chloride. So we are mixing two soluble salts to form an insoluble salt. So this option is the correct option, making D the correct option for this question. Question 23. The nitrogenous fertilizer urea has the structure shown. Which percentage by mass of nitrogen does it contain? So in total, this has two atoms of nitrogen, which would mean the mass of nitrogen is 28 and the overall mass of urea can be calculated. We have got two nitrogen, one carbon, one oxygen, and four hydrogen atoms. So this gives us a total MR of 60. So in order to calculate the percentage, we divide 28 by 60 and we multiply this ratio by 100. We end up with a percentage of 46.67% by mass of nitrogen. This makes option D the correct option for this question. Question 24. Ammonia is manufactured by the Haber's process. For this reaction, which rows give a true statement together with the correct reason? Okay. 1. Nitrogen and hydrogen are mixed in the ratio 1:3 by volume. Yes, this is seen in the equation given. The formula of ammonia is NH3. Yes. Statement 1 and its reason are true. 2. The pressure used is approximately 200 atmospheres. Yes, these are the operating conditions for the Haber process. A high pressure is needed to produce a good yield of ammonia at equilibrium. A higher pressure would result in the equilibrium shifting towards the side with the lesser number of moles. In the given equilibrium reaction, that side is the forward side. So equilibrium is favored in the forward direction. So this reason is also correct. Statement 3. The temperature used is approximately 450. Yes, that is the temperature used in the Haber's process. A high temperature is needed to produce a good yield of ammonia at equilibrium. No, a high temperature favors the equilibrium towards the side, which is endothermic. Here we can see that the forward reaction is exothermic. So an increase in temperature will favor the backward reaction. So the reason for this statement is incorrect in 3. And for vanadium 5 oxide is used as a catalyst? No. For the Haber's process, we have either iron or we have Fe2O3 being used as a catalyst. And the reason for the use of a catalyst is given as a catalyst speeds up the rate of reaction. This is true, but the catalyst use itself is wrong. So out of the four statements given and the reasons, statements 1 and 2 are correct along with the reason provided. So the correct option for this question is option A. Question 25. Which uses of sulfuric acid are correct? As a bleach in the manufacture of wood pulp for paper? No, that would be HClO, chlorine or HCl. So statement 1 is incorrect. Statement 2, as food preservative in tinned foods, that would be sulfur dioxide, not sulfuric acid. 3, as raw material in the manufacture of detergents, yes, sulfuric acid is used to make detergents. And 4, as a fertilizer, no, sulfuric acid as an acid is not used to make is not used as a fertilizer, but is used to make salts that are used as fertilizers. For example, ammonium salt, ammonium sulfate. So statement 4 is incorrect. So out of the four given statements, only 3 is correct, making option D the correct option for this question. Question 26. The atomic number of element X is 12. What is the formula of the chloride of X? So looking at the periodic table, we can see that X is equal to magnesium. So what is the formula of magnesium chloride? It would be MgCl2. In the form of X, this would be XCl2. So the correct option for this question is option C. Question 27. Which property is common to calcium, potassium, and sodium? Their atoms all have more neutrons than protons. Okay, for calcium, we have 40 and 20. So the number of neutrons present is 20. And this says their atoms all have more neutrons than protons. So 20 neutrons and 20 protons. For potassium, we have got 39 and 19. So this would give us 19 protons and 39 minus 19 is equal to 20 neutrons. So in potassium, we've got more neutrons than protons. And in sodium, we've got a nuclear number of 23 and then atomic number of 11. So the number of protons would be 23 minus 11, which gives us 12 neutrons and 11 protons. So the statement is only true for potassium and sodium and is untrue for calcium, making the statement incorrect. Next, their ions all have 8 electrons in their outer shell. Yes, calcium forms a Ca2 positive ion, potassium forms a K positive ion, and sodium forms an Na positive ion. So all of them lose their electrons in the outermost shell to achieve the noble gas configuration, having 8 electrons in the penultimate or the second last shell. So their electronic configuration is that of a noble gas and it is complete. It has 8 electrons. So this statement is correct. Next, they all sink when added to water. No, sodium and potassium float on water and they react with it and also burn. So this is incorrect. And they are all deposited at the positive electrode when their molten chloride is electrolyzed. Positive electrode is the anode where oxidation takes place. All of these metals would be deposited at the cathode, which is the negative electrode, when their molten chloride will be electrolyzed. So this is incorrect, making option B the correct option for this question. Question 28. Which statements about transition elements is correct? Their soluble salts usually form colored aqueous solutions. Yes, that is a property of transition elements. They are all in the same group of the periodic table. No, they belong to the D block of the periodic table. They're not in the same group. They are non-metals with high melting points. They are all metals with high melting point. They can be mixed together to form compounds. They cannot be mixed to form compounds. They can react with non-metals to form compounds. So the correct option for this question is option A. Question 29. Three different elements react by losing electrons. The ions formed all have the electronic configuration 2,8. Okay, so the ions have the second period filled with electrons, completely filled with electrons. So all of them belong to period 3. Okay, so they all lose electrons. So they are in the same group? No, they are not in the same group. They are in different groups. They are all in the same period? Yes. And most likely, because they are losing electrons, they are sodium, magnesium, and aluminum. Because sodium will form Na positive, magnesium will form Mg2 positive, and aluminum will form Al3 positive ions. And all of them will have their second shell completely filled with electrons having a noble gas configuration. Okay, they are noble gases. None of them are noble gases. They are transition elements. No, they are not transition elements. They belong to period 3. So this makes option B the correct option for this question. Question 30. Metal M is displaced from aqueous M nitrate by copper. Okay, metal M is displaced by copper. So copper is more reactive than metal M. Okay, which statement about metal M and its compound is correct? M carbonate is stable when heated. We cannot comment on that. M oxide is reduced to M by heating with carbon. Yes, because it is less reactive than copper makes it less reactive than irons, and metals that are less reactive than iron, their oxides can be heated with carbon and are reduced to the metals. So this is correct. M reacts with dilute hydrochloric acid to give hydrogen? No. If copper is more reactive than M and copper is less reactive than hydrogen, that makes M less reactive than hydrogen as well. So it will not react with HCl. M reduces zinc oxide to zinc on heating? No, it will not displace zinc oxide from its salt because it is less reactive than zinc. So this makes option B the correct option for this question.